Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good to see you all. Good to be with you. It's a Tuesday that feels like a Monday, which will pay off for us later in the week. I have no doubt. It'll be a short week for most of us. Hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. It signifies the end of summer, which in our house is a sad time. I go into a deep depression that lasts not that long, until March or so. But anyway, we'll talk some news, and we'll talk about what we did over the weekend and that kind of stuff coming up.
Yes. Well, 'tis the season for hurricanes, as you know, because you just got back from one. We just came off Hurricane Idalia, and already the National Hurricane Center is tracking another tropical storm that apparently has a 70% chance of really developing in the Atlantic, likely into a hurricane. Within a couple days, that storm system is expected to become a tropical depression and then further strengthen. Forecasters say most models show it strengthening into a hurricane as it moves toward the Caribbean islands within 10 to 14 days.
Yeah, I know. We're going to maybe go through this drill all over again. Of course, I was down there with Convoy of Hope, and we moved in. We were out of the hurricane zone, and then as the storm moved up through Florida, we moved down into the zone. Located for the headquarters, basically in the field, was Perry, Florida, which is a very rural area. I lived in Tallahassee, which is that same market, TV market. So I know that area fairly well. It's very rural, and it's lower income in that area. So it's a tough go for a lot of the folks there. They had a lot of wind damage in that area, down on the coast, of course, of the Gulf. That's where they had the storm surge that caused a lot of flooding damage. So people need a lot of help. Convoy is still down there. I'm back, but Convoy is still down there helping on a regular basis, to giving out essential supplies. And it looks like we're going to need to replenish those pretty quick, because we may be headed to another hurricane in the near future. And of course, we're still on the island of Maui, helping following the wildfire. So it got busy real fast.
Well, speaking of, if it seems like we've had a lot of natural disasters, it's because we have. Between tornadoes, wildfires, earthquakes, hurricanes, and flooding, and then just severe thunderstorms, they are taking quite the financial toll on America right now. President Biden is asking Congress to replenish FEMA's disaster relief fund to the tune of $16 billion. He says FEMA's disaster fund is already running out of money for the year. They report 15 weather-related disasters, with each of them exceeding $1 billion in damages.
Wow. It feels that
unreal.
Way. It feels that way. I mean, everything's expensive now. So you got to factor that in, that every disaster, different levels of disaster, but every disaster is going to cost more than it used to. So those totals add up quick. But I don't know what FEMA's total disaster fund was. Was it only
I don't know what their total
billion?
fund was either. He just says it's running low and needing $16 billion, which, I mean, goodness gracious, if they've already spent $15 billion, then you can imagine how high it is, I mean, and thank the Lord for that, because a lot of people use it because they need it. I can remember FEMA being down there right after the Joplin tornado, and that was my first up close and personal experience working with them and getting information from them. And they had the temporary houses that they set up for people. So yep. Anywho, there you go.
15 billion almost seems low whenever you hear some of the numbers that the government throws around when it comes to dollars, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Back here in the Ozarks, Labor Day storms were in and out pretty quickly, but they packed a punch. Springfield City Utilities is reporting more than 1,100 customers lost power during the storms. Lawrence County, more than 500 customers were in the dark for a time. There were also some outages in Christian County. We just got a lot of rain at our house. And then mark your calendar, starting on Saturday, September 16th. So it's coming up. Get ready. The Missouri Department of Transportation will once again close the westbound lanes of James River Freeway. Remember the sinkhole that opened up a few weeks ago? Yeah, you heard about that. Many of you stuck in the traffic that it caused. Well, MoDOT still has to get it completely closed up and fully repaired. This is just a Band-Aid they have on it now. So be advised, westbound lanes between 65 and Glenstone, it's a very busy area, and as well as both ramps onto James River Freeway will be closed while additional repairs are made to that sinkhole. That'll take them about one full week to get everything fixed and for the road to open up. So plan accordingly. Try to get around that in any way that you can, starting on Saturday, September 16th.
Yep. I do remember it when it happened. So yeah, that was a pretty wild day. With Labor Day behind us now, which is too bad, right? There are some pretty major changes coming to food stamp recipients and those who might or might not still be eligible starting now. In order to receive benefits, adults up to 50 years old will now have to show proof that they are working at least 80 hours a month, assuming they are able-bodied. There are some exemptions to this new rule, such as homeless people, veterans, and adults who aged out of the foster care system. They are exempt from this 80 hours a month of working. So they're estimating about 750,000 people will lose their benefits, and Congress says it should reduce government spending and increase the labor force. All right, if you're looking to fly, the Branson Airport is once again an option for commercial flight customers. Sun Country Airlines announced service from Branson to Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. Flights to Branson will operate twice a week through mid-November.
We just had a friend on that plane, right? The first one that took off.
She was very excited, Kendra.
They were on that
Kendra Lauder.
Flight?
She was on the inaugural flight. Very excited.
Cool.
That's her home. That is her home. I don't know how many people fly to Minneapolis, but I do know that if it's an international airport, that's good news for Branson or for anyone in the Ozarks needing an international airport. So if it's a quick flight there, you can go anywhere from there.
Well, I don't know why else you'd want to go to Minneapolis, but I'm sure there are nice things to do.
Hey, now.
It's
There's
cold
great
in
people. There's great people.
Are there?
Like Kendra from Minneapolis. Yeah.
She left. All right. It is that time of year again, the unofficial end of summer, as we've been talking about. That means public pools are closing for humans and going to the dogs. This happens every year. It's always a sad sight, but it is fun to see the dogs. Tonight, you and your pooch can head to Fast Night Pool for some swimming time fun. Happening from 4 to 7 this evening. Dogs must be 4 months old or older and have proof of vaccination. I think you make a donation there. That helps dog parks in the area as you go, and the dogs get to swim and the humans get to watch them swim, and it's a good time. There will always be, at least if you watch the newscast, there'll always be one weathercast live shot from the pool when dogs are swimming, because why not, right?
Well, it's fun. It's fun to see.
You know what was last night, our neighborhood pool, it's now closed, which is sad for me to say. But we were, Griffin was the very first person in the pool for the last 2 years running, or 3, maybe it's 3. But anyway, I gave him we were coming home from soccer practice last night about 7:30, and I gave him the opportunity to be the very last one in the pool as well. I offered to just stop by and let him run and jump in with his soccer shorts on, and he passed. He didn't want to do it. He said,
well,
nah.
I'll tell you, the pool, I was in a outdoor pool this weekend, and it was pretty chilly, honestly. The rain can cool it down quickly, so he might have made a good choice.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to get in, but I did want to go yesterday, but it rained too much and was too chilly.
Yeah,
to go to the pool and enjoy it. All right, Crumble Cookies. You probably seen them in other cities. You've heard of it. It's a good cookie place. Springfield is getting one at the end of the year. We've told you about that. It's expected to open at Kearney and Glenstone. And now we know a second one is coming to town as well. We don't know much about that one, about where it will be or when. The first one, though, will be located right beside the Echelon Coffee Shop that's at the corner of Kearney and Glenstone. Crumble Cookie is known for its big selection of cookies and other sweet treats. I know our kids they beg for Crumble Cookie whenever we go to Kansas City or wherever. So they like it. I know that.
Yes. I took them once without you whenever I was up there with them for either soccer or swimming. But funny, We ordered ice cream. Remember, you yelled at us for this? So I still
Oh, yeah.
haven't actually had a crumble cookie, believe it or not. I've only been once and I had ice cream.
If they put it in the title, I feel like you're obligated to get it. Like you went to that tamale shop and you got tacos. I don't understand that.
They were really good.
But it doesn't.
Really
I'm
good.
sure they were, but maybe you get that on your second trip.
Okay.
If it's in the title,
I know.
I think you got to go with it. They know what they're good at.
Right. Okay. This Thursday.
You go to Panera Bread Company. What do you get? You get some bread of some sort.
But I don't is the thing. But maybe I should. All right. This Thursday, which is soon, because again, we didn't work Monday, so it feels weird that it's already Tuesday. So Thursday, the Seymour Apple Festival kicks off, and we'll go through Saturday. It is all things Apple. Speaking of what they're good at, apple pie, apple jelly, apple butter, apple bread, you name it. You can find it there.
Don't get into Sarah, you'd go there and get some blueberry jelly.
Anywho, you can
flavors other than
enter
apple?
yourself into a contest for the best, and then a judge will be the judge of that at the Seymour Methodist Church starting at 9 a.m. on Saturday. Also on Saturday at 10, they will have their parade starting at the corner of Main Street and East Market Street. And since we are in the season for fall festivals, we will try to highlight some different fall festivals happening around the Ozarks. And there's one for today. So go Seymour Apple Festival.
Pumpkin Everything is on the way very soon. Hey, I don't know. I think we may have talked about this on the podcast before. But remember when we judged that apple pie eating contest?
Yes, I sure do. Because we had about 100 bites of pie, and we thought we could never get sick of pie, but as it turns out, you can.
Yeah, I was going to say, for anybody who thinks that, man, that'd be great. It sounds great, and we thought it was going to be great until we started eating pie on bite 35 or so of pie. You start to get tired of pie.
Done. Yeah.
And it's hard to judge fairly, honestly, because you just become like, oh, okay. I know why those wine people spit it out, spew it right out of their mouth after they taste it. Because you can't, I mean, for them, they'd be liquored up while they're judging. But for us, it was just, I needed a nap.
Right. So Larry from the fair, I don't know if I told you, but Larry invited us to be the judge of the food truck competition that's coming up. I think it's on Saturday, September 16th. And I was very excited about the possibility of judging a food truck. I'm like, we could do that.
Yeah.
But we're going to be gone, or else I'm going to be gone. And you can't do it without me because I'm more fun than you. And so I was like,
I'm out of town. Yeah, I'm out of town that weekend too.
Anyway, so thanks to Larry, and that should be a fun time at the fairground. We'll keep you posted with more information on that as we get a little closer. But anyway, it was like we could totally redeem our food. Judging,
I love food trucks, and there's not 75 food trucks.
Right. Or maybe there are. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot these days. Okay. Before we go, we want to mention another contest to win Chiefs tickets.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. What you need to do, go to aroundtheozarks.com. And for this contest, you will have to upload your best Chiefs photo. Whatever you think. Your dog could be dressed up as Patrick Mahomes. You can be dressed up. You can be at a game. You could be eating a cake that's like Chiefs themed. It can be your office. Like maybe your office is decorated very, Chiefs fan, like super fan. Right. Anyway, so just there's upload a lot of ideas. Chiefs photo. Lots of ideas. There you go. I threw out a few. Yeah. And if you win, if your photo gets selected, then you can win a pair of tickets. So 2 tickets to a Kansas City Chiefs ball game.
That's pretty cool. I love Around the Ozarks, how we're just throwing out tickets like every week. It seems like we're giving out Chiefs tickets.
Yes.
Those are nice. Those are great tickets, man.
As it turns out, you and I cannot enter, or else we'd at least try. But
good for us.
There you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
So check it out, aroundtheozarks.com.
How I was thinking about to enter that contest. Yeah, do it. Give us your Chiefs pictures. I was thinking about this weekend. We were down in Bentonville for. I actually was flying home from Florida, and I flew straight to Bentonville, which worked out well because Sarah and the kids just picked me up at the airport, surprised the kids, and I got to hang out with them for the remainder of the weekend while they were all doing triathlons and all did extremely well, of course. You get tired of hearing me talk about that. But I was thinking about that when at the awards ceremony, Sarah, when you were getting your award. Remember?
The guy. Yeah.
The guy that was wearing the he was like in the 85 age group, wasn't he?
Oh man, probably. I don't know. I don't think he was 85. Maybe he was 80. Like I think the top age was 80. So he would have
80
been
to 85.
80 to 85.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway,
He was
did
wearing-
the triathlon full Patrick Mahomes tri-suit. So are you familiar with the triathlon suit? Like
Skin tight.
I can't skin tight. It's lycra. It looks like a bicycle uniform. That's what it looks like. So surely you've watched the Tour de France before. But it said Mahomes on it. And then he had the wig on. And my kids saw him and they were all like, because he sat by us at the award ceremony and they were looking at him. And I'm like, I don't know if it's real. They were trying to ask me if his hair was real. And I wasn't sure. But then he won, of course, because why would he not? So when he gets up to get his award, then I can tell, oh, no, it's a whole shtick.
Yeah.
So,
but he did the whole thing, chiefed out. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So that's where we were this weekend. We had a nice time. The boy did some fishing, and everybody did some triathloning, and I did some supporting.
There's no A in athlon, just so you know. People often
with the water.
misspell
I throw one in there just for fun. With the water and whatnot, I bought them some pizza afterward. So I think I did a nice job supporting everybody because they did very well.
Number one support crew, always.
Yeah.
All right. And by the way, it was for MS Research, which is amazing. It is near and dear to my heart with family members greatly impacted by that. So honestly, it's just encouraging to be out there with a bunch of people who have a connection to the cause, either they themselves or family members, and then to see how much money is raised because it's impressive.
And Benville's a really nice place to visit. They've got, if you like trails and biking, and man, they've got all
sorts of outdoors.
Duty.
Yeah. I think everyone here, if you're in the biking community, you already know that. But if you're not, and you're like, man, where could we go? I mean, we have I like our trail system too, but theirs is like Walmart money, that Walmart has invested a lot. And it's very, very cool. So
they have the art museum there.
Yeah. Crystal Bridges. Yeah,
Crystal
it's
Bridges,
awesome.
yeah.
It's a good place.
Yep.
Okay. Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. It's a short work week for you. So hopefully we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Yep. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Bye.